Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the weekend. Welcome to the show. Happy 4th of July. What's going on, Silas? How we doing today? What's going on, Tevco? How we doing? What's going on, Stitch? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. Hi, Java. How are we? How is everybody doing today? Happy 4th of July. And if you're in the USA, happy Independence Day. If you're not in the USA, it's still the 4th of July, so happy 4th of July to you. Let's see, who do we have? Who else? Maybe. Jax was here. Don't know if Jax is still around. LeBreton, Spiral, got Silas, Tevco, and Stitch. Hello, David. Welcome to the show. Um, let's get it. Yo, sup? Hello. Silas says, doing great. I'm learning the aerial to chaplain, and I learned the helix aerial. Very cool. Congratulations. Happy 4th of July to all the guys in the US. Thank you, David. Skull Flipper says, yo, what's up? What's going on? Hello. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. Also, hi, Unc, says David. If you're not in the USA, then congrats. You've made it to a new day. Very true. It's still 4th of July everywhere. So I think at this point it is 4th of July everywhere. So yeah. We'll see if we can avoid crazy humidity flipping issues today. I'm not 100% sure because my hands are starting to feel clammy already. I have not done any flipping today to ensure that I did not wear myself out ahead of time, and I've been busy this morning anyway, so. But this is loose. I think. Maybe it's not. No, it was. All right. So do we have, those of us in the States, do we have any special 4th of July plans? Any cookouts, any fireworks, any festivities that we're doing in celebration today? David says, fun fact, Romania Day is December 1st. Very cool. I did not know that. Scylla says, when it is the Helix aerial, well, it is the Helix aerial, but it's a variation I made. It's the same throw and aerial, but instead of catching and doing a thumb rollover, you then Helix when you catch it, and it looks just as fire. Very cool. Ah, man. So I was talking last stream, I think it was last stream, about how for me it is difficult to get into the stuff that I'm working on when I'm in stream because I just default to the mindless flipping. So I'm hoping today I'm going to be able to avoid that and actually do a little practice on some of the stuff that I've been working on. I haven't been working on anything new other than, you know, I mean, the stuff that I've been talking about. But since the last stream, I haven't picked up any new things that I've been trying to drill. That was a ring of shame. Phyllis says, oh no, I think it was, or I was doing it all day yesterday. It's so fun. You should learn it if you haven't. I'm also learning the Rev thumb chap 2 Rev middle finger chap, 0G. Very cool. David says, I'm kind of the opposite. I do a lot of the stuff I learn on my streams, but the downside is I don't really read chat, and I'm pretty boring. I don't think you're boring. I think you do a pretty good job of reading chat. Blade Flow says, hi, Unc. How it flips. It's flipping all right today. Not the best, not the worst. Nothing to complain about. What's going on, Matthew? I'm getting a Squiddy Al, and my cousin put a laser engraving of my name. So that's sweet. That is sweet. Very cool. Glad to hear it. You know how, oh, actually, because Squid does not do well in telling you when it's going to be showing up. So I'm assuming you don't have any idea of when it's going to be making its way to you, probably a couple weeks out. I'm pretty happy with how I've been learning. I took a break from learning the ladder and started with more rev stuff and aerials. Very cool. That is one thing that I've been trying to drill a little bit and going through my Balis to see if any of them drill a little easier on the ladder. So I'm not there yet. Don't have very much progress to show with regards to it, but that is one of the things that I have been trying to work out. Probably not one of the things I'm going to try to incorporate into my stream flipping, just because I have nothing to show for it. Whereas, you know, I do seem to get, I'm doing well with the choker fan. I do seem to be improving in my ability to do the short stop, which I just screwed up. And again. No, that wasn't the short stop, that was the cherry picker. Well, it wasn't either, but it was an attempt at the cherry picker. But what else? The short stop I'm still drilling and will be drilling on stream, but the ladder probably not so much. Squid industry ships so fast, I don't know, cause we get express ship, or I don't know if it's because we get express shipping, which I don't think we usually do, but I live in Canada and Squid delivers in a few days. I'm still stuck on the choker fan. Well, that's cool. I actually, come to think of it, it may be because when I ordered from Squid, I custom ordered my Kraken. So it actually, that's probably what made it take so long now that I think about it. I calculated it. It will most likely come here Tuesday next week or Friday. Very cool. David says, I'm going to have a pretty big unboxing in about 2 weeks or so. Very awesome. I'm excited to hear that. Hey, Unc, do you have a hard time with cherry pickers because you learned the hellish thing or whatever it's called? The hellbent? Yes. Well, kind of. I have a hard time with the cherry picker where I try to do the whip rollover at the end of it. Let me see. This thing, where I then go from here and do the whip rollover to the thumb rollover, because, yes, subconsciously, I just want to let it close like you do with the hellbent, which is that. But Ghost Flipping had done a short tutorial on how to go from the cherry picker to, what was it? Oh, to the thumb chap. And that gave me an easy out of the cherry picker that I can do a whole lot more consistently. But depending on the Bali, I do still get hung up on the transition from here up to here. So it's sometimes a rough one for me, sometimes not. It all depends on what I'm flipping. There's a cherry picker variation without a whip rollover, and you just open it if you want me to show you one. Yeah, go ahead and send me, as I've said before, send me anything and I will watch it. I will try to learn it. I can't guarantee the speed with which I will get to it because people send me stuff a lot. And sometimes I'm just, drilling other things, but Um, let's see. Yeah, squid shipping is super fast, but Nibalis is kind of slow. My crescent was in China for a week, and I finally got the crescent after a month. Yeah, LDY is also pretty slow with regards to getting things to you, which is a bummer because when I order something from LDY, I want it immediately because I love LDY Bally's. Although I was patient. Good. There's a. Oh, I think I already read that. And then Matthew says, "Have you ever seen Cyberpunk Edge Runners?" I have not. You have an answer? Yes, I do. I had picked that up. That was my one. I mean, this I did a handle swap with Dasuko at Blade Show, but this was my actual only Blade Show purchase. Was the answer. I love the Helix Aerial because of how it can how it can easily be put into combos. My favorite combo is the behind the 8 ball to Helix Aerial and then just do other tricks like usual. Yeah, I can understand that. Because I am a big behind the 8 ball to Helix person. I had done that, pretty consistently for my first couple months of flipping. So yeah, the Helix Aerial is one that's definitely easy for me to throw in. I just don't do much with it. Um, but I need to continue to practice it. And thankfully, because you can, from the Helix Aerial, you can just go right back into the behind the 8 ball. It's one that, I can keep practicing on an infinite loop. So that's cool. Cyberpunk Edge Runner is easily my favorite show of all time. I love to see another Edge Runner out there. So I've seen it come up, but I haven't watched it yet. Currently, I am watching. What am I watching? Black Clover. That is my current show that I'm watching. I just finished watching Sakamoto Days, and now I am going and watching Black Clover. And LeBreton says, Bali Unc, what's going on, LeBreton? How are we doing today? Black Clover is peak. I like it so far. It's I'm really enjoying it. It's a good show. I'm rewatching Naruto at the moment. Naruto the original or Naruto Shippuden? Out of curiosity, I have watched all of them and most of Baruto, but not the entire, not everything that they put out. Our family kind of got bored with Baruto after a little bit. So, Shippuden, nice. Yeah, I started rewatching My Hero Academia. Have not finished it yet. Took a break from that. Started rewatching Demon Slayer, and then got to the end of it and realized that I'm missing a movie to be able to finish the series, which was a bummer of a realization because the whole reason why I switched over to Demon Slayer was I wanted something a little shorter than My Hero Academia so I could just get it finished. And yeah, it didn't work out. I've been watching Stranger Things lately. It's so peak. Watched Squid Games, but it was mid. I liked the first season of Squid Games. To me, that was pretty cool. I don't remember if I think they came out with the second season. I haven't watched it. And anyone know how to clean the grease from my alt without taking it apart? Bro, Unc has to be the coolest grandpa ever. I try. I do my best. Probably not the coolest one ever though. I like fun things, but uh, I don't know. I guess it depends on the age. Like, I'm not a huge fan of like running around it. Like, we'll go to the park with my grandkids. I'm not a huge fan of like running around the playground and stuff like that. So yeah, nah, definitely the coolest. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Stranger Things and My Hero Academia are peak though. The Squiddy alt. Oh, got it. Okay, okay, got it. Yeah, best thing I could tell you is just do your best to squeeze into those nooks and crannies with a microfiber cloth if you don't want to take it apart. You flip balisong. Wait, you flip balisongs. You watch anime. You play video games, and you have pet snakes. I don't really play very many video games. I have, uh, a PlayStation that I don't really do much with. I did pick up what's that game? Everybody told me that I should try it. I haven't started it yet, but I have it now. Undertale. So I have Undertale. Technically speaking, I can play games. I don't. Anime though, yes, absolutely. Um, Mel says Merca. What's going on, Mel? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. How are you doing today? Scylla says, I miss my grandpa. He was the goat. I have a picture of him with his hat sideways and tongue sticking out, and he looked gangster. It was funny. He was a great guy. Well, very cool. I'm glad that you have those memories. That's really awesome. Undertale is peak. Yes, that's what I hear. Undertale is fun. If you want the good ending, you have to be a pacifist. Well, I tend to be a pacifist, but yeah, my son did tell me that there are basically three ways that you can go through the game. You can kill everything, you can kill nothing, and you can play neutral. And he recommended that when I play through the first time, I play neutral. I'm good. What about you? Says Mel. I'm doing well. I am doing well. Flipping, trying to see if I can figure out how to remember to incorporate active flipping where I'm doing some of the stuff that I've been working on learning. I don't know that I've been doing a good job of it so far. I literally only play games when someone asks me to. My family, we used to, my wife and the two kids that are at home, we used to play Fortnite together, squat up, my wife in the living room, me in my office, and the boys in their rooms. And we used to play my goodness, we used to play Fortnite as a family. That was pretty fun, but Fortnite has changed a lot since then, and we don't do that anymore. I'm a pacifist, but sometimes I need to pass a fist, if you know what I mean. I know what you mean. I have not needed to pass a fist though, so thankfully I'm doing all right. It's all good. I didn't get to say goodbye, but at least I have great memories. True, and I'm sorry you didn't get a chance to say goodbye. That is a bummer. Um, LeBreton says that something is insane. Yo, Unc, you should play Destiny 2 with me and Ghost Flipping. I have played Destiny 2. I haven't gotten very far with it. It was a fun game. Maybe one of these days. He had two dogs. They were so cute. And LeBreton says the game I've been playing every now and then has been Apex. I have not played Apex ever, I don't think. That and what's the other one? That is really Valorant. I haven't played Valorant. I have downloaded Marvel Rivals, but I haven't played it yet. I don't think I've even opened it up. My bad for being a bummer. No, you're good, Salas. We are all good here. See ya, Unc, setting up for fourth party. Bye, Mel. Have a great weekend. Have fun at your 4th of July party. Happy Independence Day to you. Thanks for stopping in. And David says, rest in peace to your grandpa, Silas. That reminded me of my great grandma. She died of a lung infection 2 years ago because it was mistaken for a heart condition. So never treated her for a lung infection. That is so sad. I'm so sorry to hear that, David. I'm chilling alone for the 4th. Gotcha. I'm not chilling alone for the 4th, but we are not doing anything special for the 4th. We have some friends that we typically every year do 4th of July with, and they are out of town for the weekend. So this year we're taking it really low key. We're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere. We're not doing anything. We're just chilling at home. I learned how to do a ballad song trick that was made by William. Very cool. What was the trick? And Scylla says, thanks, man. Rest in peace to your grandma. That's unfortunate, but but all we can do is cherish the time we had with them. Yes, very true. But that's why we should, but that's why we should cherish the time we have with them. Got it. And then Scylla asks LeBreton to friend them on Apex. All right, so let's see if I can do some focus. What have I been? So I've already talked about the cherry picker. Shortstop. Really still enjoy doing the kiss goodbye. Still can't do that. Ooh, that was the best I've done yet. Index rollover at the end, but I do like LeBreton's recommendation where I can, ooh, I missed it, do a shortstop like ending. Can't say it. YouTube censors it, but I think it's something else. Okay. What I learned, how to do a tip bump on the belly. Oh, that's cool. I saw one of those at Blade Show. Somebody had belly socks, had done a tip bump. That was really, really cool. I could oh, that's another one that I'm working on is the choker fan. I could at some point, Silas. I don't play super often, but next time I am, I could do that. I could probably do the Valorant combo perfectly, but I don't know how to do the shortstop. You should throw some aerials into your combos. Yeah, I know. That's another. It's like sometimes I get so caught up in the chat that, like I said, I just even when I'm trying to be intentional, I just fall into my mindless flipping. That was horrible. Yeah, belly socks taught me. Okay, cool. And then Scylla says, sounds good. Aerials are the goat in combos. I only used to know closing aerials, but now that I have, or now that I know flowy aerials, my combos will be peak. Excellent. Oh, okay. Yeah, for the longest time, the only aerial that I would do would be that one. And then I started doing that one to the ice pick catch. But now I'm working on doing the helix aerial a little bit more. But I don't throw it very consistently at the moment. You should learn how to do the helix aerial, but then continue your combo. Oof. Oh yeah, I come to think of it, I have figured out how to do that. So my combo used to be basically what I just did without the helix, but now I can, or without the helix aerial. But ooh, man, but now I can do the helix aerial and then pick up right where I left off. That was horrible. Okay. Let's try something else. Kraken. What I meant by flowy aerials is aerials that can be incorporated into the combo that don't end like an ice pick or a closing aerial. Gotcha. Okay. Here's a suggestion. Try to do the helix aerial after the behind the eight ball. Yeah, that's what I normally do because that's where I normally get into the helixes right after doing it behind the eight ball. My goodness. I'm in my own head at the moment. I recently learned how to do the ice pick catch for the Z choker. Cool. I can get that every now and then. Originally, when I was trying to learn the Z choker, that was the goal, was to do the Z choker to the ice pick. I thought that was really the only way you were supposed to do the Z choker. I thought that was part of it. And then realized that I could do the Z choker and not have to worry about the ice pick. And because of that, I haven't really smoothed that out yet. Unc, how are your ladders coming along? Not great. They're pretty they're pretty choppy still, and slow. Like I can't figure out the way to get my fingers going faster and keep the momentum smooth. So very, 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 very choppy. Let's see. I do that and love it. For some reason, the aerial to chap is hard right now. Yeah, I haven't tried an aerial to anything other than like the helix aerial. I catch it and go right into. Usually, I try to catch it and go right into the chaplain like that. I can't catch it in a chaplain. Yeah, try doing the ladders without stopping. Just continue the motion. That's, believe it or not, Tevco, that is what I'm trying to do. I'm not intending to stop anything. I think the Z choker to ice pick is a little weird. I literally never do it. The Z choker took me so long to learn for some reason, longer than the chatter, I swear. Yeah, it took me a while to get it. I definitely got the once I started learning it, I definitely got the choker fan a lot faster than I got the Z choker. All right, let's see what else. Good ladders. Eventually, you'll have them down smoothly. Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, that's my stance. Is regardless of what I'm trying, so long as I understand and am doing the fundamentals. If, for example, speed is my issue, I'll get there. I'll figure it out. Oh, you were like 40 seconds behind. No worries. But I also learned a cool tech thing to get into the Z choker. So worth it. Very cool. Yeah, I think those are the main things that I have been working on is the shortstop which is still not smooth. Still has that pause at the end, or pause in the middle, rather. Man, my fingers are not the cherry picker. What's going on, Ghost? How we doing today? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. Happy 4th of July to you, my friend. 3 says, I woke up 30 seconds ago. Well, good morning, 3. Welcome to the show. Happy 4th of July to you. What's up, Zach? Hi, Ghost. Hi, 3. Okay, everybody's just saying hi to everybody, and that's cool. I can Helix Aerial to 0G Chaplain. That is cool. I cannot. I can, like I said, I can Helix Aerial to just catching it, and then I pick up my combo. That's really, or just do an infinite, behind the 8 ball to Helix Aerial, behind the 8 ball to Helix Aerial. If I'm really trying to drill the Helix Aerial, which I do need to keep drilling because I'm not comfortable doing it consistently yet. I feel like I'm throwing it too high. I feel like I'm throwing it not straight up. It's not that great. Tevco is really good at Valorant. Very cool. I have never played because Valorant is one of those games that you have to be teamed up with other people, and I don't play games that I can't play one player unless I have other people that I play it with, and I don't have anybody that I play games with these days. Though I was talking earlier in the stream, our family used to play Fortnite together, which was pretty cool. My wife was in the living room, I was in my office, and the kids were in their rooms. What's going on, Ted? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. Happy 4th to you. Heading fishing with my dad and grandpa. Just wanted to pop in to say happy 4th to everybody. Love you all. Be safe. You too. Have fun fishing. Good luck. Hopefully you get something good. Fortnite with the fam. Gotta be a vibe. Yeah, we haven't done it in a while. It's been years, but it used to be really fun. We'd all hop onto a voice chat, squat up, and just play. And my wife is not a video game person, so getting her playing Fortnite was actually pretty cool. And then David says, my dad just gave me 20 bucks. Let's go. Very cool. Win David's dad, for sure. Oh, ring of shame. All right, let's flip something else. You know what I learned? Not learned. What I realized this week while I was going through and looking at some other stuff, because I'm almost hitting 1 year in the hobby, 1 year doing, I don't know if it's 1 year doing YouTube, but definitely 1 year since I got my first Balisong. So I started kind of mentally preparing myself for my eventual, 1 year in the hobby video. So I went back and I looked at some of the older stuff, not my videos, because those are very, very cringy. I'm going to need to watch them again. I wasn't ready for that this week. But I did go back and I watched some of my older streams. One thing that I did not realize, I had totally forgotten, is the fact that my streams tend to run as short as 30 minutes and as long as, like, I think Wednesday I ran for an hour and a half, or maybe it was last weekend I had ran for an hour and a half. My earlier streams, I used to, like, a 3-hour stream was not unusual for me. I think my longest stream was like 4.5 hours. And I can't even imagine doing a stream that long anymore. But on the other hand, I watched some of those, longer streams, and the amount with which I was just sitting there talking to everyone in the stream and not flipping was pretty ridiculous. But then again, I didn't really know much, so I didn't have a whole lot of tricks in my bag. Man, today is a rough flipping day. But yeah, I used to go like a long time regularly on my streams, and I don't do that so much anymore. I think my longest stream was 5 hours. I didn't feel like I was streaming that long. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I think what happened was I had seen a video, and I'm not going to say who put it out, but somebody had posted a video, and one of the things that they were talking about was how there are, you know, some people in the hobby that you know, have Bali content but are just sitting there talking and not flipping. And I took that to heart and realized that's probably like me. Like I do that. So I think what ended up happening was I started flipping active, like much more active flipping while I was streaming. And that was weird. Um, and I think once I started flipping like constantly, my the length of my streams cut down significantly. Yeah, I only stream for an hour. I can't make Wait, I can't. My consistency falls off after that, I think is what you're saying. Um, oh, my dog is back to running again. I am so happy. I am so happy for you. That's awesome. Okay, I did miss some chat. I'm sorry. So Scylla says, my family is an Apex Legend family. My dad used to play, but me and my little bro play a lot. That's cool. Unc Help LeBreton is trying to make me learn weird tricks. Weird tricks. That's cool. My dad gave me a Spider-Man shirt. Awesome. My fam was more of a Call of Duty family. I think I ended up getting Call of Duty, whichever one has like the zombie mod, um, and it wasn't really my thing. Um, let's see. LeBreton, let me know if you go live today. I will try to make it, but I don't know, man. I probably will. Wait, I will probably not be streaming today. Okay. I have shorter time limits again, 3 hours. Ooh. Not bad, but not good if I want to watch streams. I don't stream that long because I get no views and my chat gets dry quickly. It was healthy. It was a healthy limit, but like I said, it makes it hard to watch multiple streams. That makes sense. David, I got a sub to you. Hold up, I'll be back. I'm still lurking, but I'm looking up David. Yeah, you should. David's streams are fun to watch, and videos are very informative. Um, yeah. Yeah, thankfully my chats don't tend to get too quiet. I mean, they'll get quiet a little bit, but it's not like I have, you know, it's not like I've ever needed to worry about streaming for 30 minutes with no engagement whatsoever. Probably going to go out to eat with my girlfriend and then off to fireworks. Excellent, Tevko. Have yourself a great day. Have a good meal with your girlfriend and enjoy the fireworks. Stay safe. You ever flip the boba song? Oh, wait, did you ever flip the boba song? Yes, I did. That was the actually that was not. So I completely forgot about the boba song when I met Dasuko at Blade Show, and Dasuko pulled it out and said, "Hey, I think you want to try this," because I had reached out to Dasuko beforehand, saying, you know, "Hey, are you going to have the boba song at Blade Show? Because I need to flip it." So handed it to me, and I was giddy as a schoolgirl. Um, I think the only thing I was more excited to flip than the boba song, and I don't know that I was more excited to flip it, but it had more lore tied to it, was I got to flip the Burt, which I was really, really excited about because that is my Spirit Bala song. Try flipping with your offhand. Okay. There, yay. And then we'll even try a Z choker or whatever. I don't know what I just did. There, I tried. Sometimes I have people in the chat. Sometimes I don't have any people. I try to make all of your streams. Sometimes you're streaming while I'm working. Sometimes you're streaming. I don't think you usually stream super late. But it seems like every time I go to bed early, somebody's streaming. So those ones I try to drop in real quick just to say hi and then leave. Scylla says, man, I want a live blade so bad right now. David says, I also feel that though me and you have been flipping the same amount of time, Unc, I feel like you understand this hobby much better than me because I focus so much on flipping. I don't I don't understand. You focus so much on flipping. So what do you mean I understand the hobby much better than you? I would not agree with you on that one because you can do so much more than I can. So I have things where I don't know my preferences in Bali. Okay. I think I'm following. I don't like trainers because it's harder to keep track of the handles. Ghost says very cool. Probably about the boba song. Real 3, that's definitely one of the reasons why live blades are so much more fun, in my opinion. Well, that's one of the reasons why I like the Teflon Vault more than I like the cheese for learning stuff, because, that bite handle indicator. Yay, good job. Thank you, 3. I appreciate it. I don't know why people tell me to flip with my offhand. I feel offended because if I'm so bad with my left hand, or because I'm so bad with my left hand, I don't actually get offended. Okay, good. I got to tell you this. I have an old podcast on Spotify. It's pretty unprofessional because it was a random school project, but those that want the name, it's called the Balisong Bros Podcast. Cool. I will see if I can find it and check it out. That's cool. I bought a Tsunami clone. Very cool. He Scott can't hang too much today, but wanted to hop in and say hello. Hope you and everyone in chat has a happy 4th. Also, I did get your invite on Discord and I submitted. Oh, very cool. Hi, Brian. How are you? Welcome to the weekend. Welcome to the show. Glad that you could make it. Hopefully you have a very safe and festive 4th of July today. Matthew says, Ghost Flips, do you know how to do a basic opening? David says, get a vault, bro. You will not miss the bite handle. I love the Teflon vault. I do not love the regular vault. Oh, yeah, okay. No, still learning the basic opening. Tricky one for sure. Might do a fire outside today. Very cool. Spark, what's going on, sir? How we doing today? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. Happy 4th of July to you. I might, all right, I already said that. And then Matthew says, I got you, Ghost. Okay. That was not, I mean, that was not good, but that was better than I have done or have been doing. Wait, Matthew, I'm trolling. I'm pretty sure that Matthew was knowingly trolling as well, but who knows? My offhand is pretty good in my opinion. I can do a shortstop with my offhand, but that's my highlight move. Did my message not go through? Ooh, let me see. No. Oh, I'm on top chat. Let me see if I am missing stuff. My best offhand trick is a full twirl. So yeah, no, your message did not go through, Silas. I don't have it. Speaking of the Teflon vault, let's try flipping that. Yeah, and then while I was watching some of my old streams, one of the things that I noticed that I don't do anymore was, and I used to do it pretty regularly actually, was what was it? Like a rollover to a Rev chaplain, and then I would from there do some crazy like backhand fan thing that I used to do it regularly, and I just can't do it anymore. K Dog says, "What's up, Scott? I finally got his Isaacs." Oh, that's awesome, K Dog. I'm so happy for you. That is my favorite Bali. Um, it like I don't know. It's funny looking back on it because I don't really remember where I was at before Ted had sent me the Zyzix to flip. But I know that while I had it in my possession and was flipping it, it felt like another tier of flipping was opened up for me in my time with the Zyzix. Like I understood uh, the balance, the what's a good way of saying it? Like I understood Bally's a lot more after flipping the Zyzix, and I don't know if it was because the sound of the Zyzix just brought so much more focus into my flipping that I started noticing things that were pretty subtle otherwise. But regardless of the why, my flipping and my understanding of flipping significantly improved after flipping the Zyzix. So that's really cool that you ended up getting a Zyzix. Congratulations. My best offhand trick is the choker fan. Oh, did I miss something? No, I think. Yep, no, I'm caught up. Okay. Maybe it flagged it as self promo. Or I just said you all should check it out. Oh yeah, the um, podcast on Spotify. Yes, I definitely will check it out. So you are aware. Every time I stream, I go back and I watch the stream afterwards to make sure I didn't do or say anything that I don't want to keep out there for everybody to see and laugh at later. And when I do that, anytime somebody tosses out recommendations, tip tricks, um, uh, anything of that nature, I take note of it. So yeah, when I watch back through, I will take note of that the name of that podcast, and I will definitely listen to it because if it Bali related, it's right up my alley. Um, Dang Tefco, that's a win. Oh, Tefco said, my best offhand trick is a choker fan. That is cool. Yeah, I can confidently say that I would not be able to do that with my offhand. But Ghost, do you know how to do a tip bump on a balisong? Let me know when you check it out. I would love to hear your opinion. Will do. Unc, you would not believe how much dirt I have on the Balisong Traveler. I mean, funny videos from his streams. Cool. Working on a combo that doesn't use any fingers. Ooh, that's interesting. Is it all thumbs? And LeBreton is laughing. And Tedco found the link, probably to the podcast. No thumb. Is it all wrist bumps? Well, it's time for me to go. Gonna shower, then flip outside. I doubt you'll be live when I'm done showering. If you are, I will come back. Bye for now. Bye, Celeste. Have a great weekend. Wrist stuff. Okay. I'll be interested to see what that looks like. The cat. So yeah, the funny thing about going back and watching my old streams is just how much I didn't flip during those streams, how much time I was just sitting there talking to everybody, which was totally fine. I mean, everybody was enjoying it, interacting. We were all being very chatty. Um, one of the less entertaining parts of watching the old streams was my flipping. While I have learned a lot more stuff in the last 3 or 4 months, my mindless flipping has not changed a whole lot in the last 3 or 4 months. So a lot of what I still do is um, what I was doing, you know, 3 or 4 months ago. So that's got to be boring to watch. That was a little disheartening to see that that my default stuff is pretty much unchanged. So yeah, I really need to work on some new combos where I'm incorporating the new stuff that I've been learning and working on. The problem is the stuff that I've been learning and working on, regardless of how much I drill it, I'm just not getting it smoothly at like the shortstop. Um, Now, when I'm not mindlessly flipping and I'm actually thinking about what I'm doing, I do find ways to incorporate like the cherry picker, into it. But, I don't know. I learned the chatter in like 2 days, not gonna lie. Very cool. Bye, David. Have a great weekend. Thanks for stopping in. Mm. Um, Wrist stuff. Oh, heck no. That sounds hard. Uh, oh, what the heck? Okay, and then 3, what you said sent me, or what 3, what you just sent me is crazy. Okay. Yeah, twisted in my hand. Mm. Well, that time I at least caught it without issue. It just wasn't super smooth. All right, let's flip Gil for a little bit. Mm. Let's try that again. No, that wasn't what I was trying to do. And that's a ring of shame. Did you see Paul's live where he showed the new blade style with the blue lasering on them? Yes, I did. Really, really sick. I loved it. Yeah, I like what Paul's been doing and putting out lately. Uh, and at Blade Show, I got to flip the new, man. I can't ever remember the name of it. I think it ends in Totec or something like that. But the one with the shorter handles, with the holes drilled in the blade. really, really nice Bali. I like the balance on it. You can definitely tell that the handles are shorter, but not in a bad way. It's not like flipping a shorty Kraken. Um, it's just, you know, if you flipped a normal Zyzex, uh, then you definitely know the difference. I almost put soap on my toothbrush. I might be a little sleep deprived. Yeah, that would be rough. That would definitely get your attention though. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Man, every time I'm like almost to where I want to do something, the ballet twists in my hand and screws the whole thing up. No. All right. The Unk Kraken. Which do you like better, longer or shorter handles? It really, I mean, so I've flipped like a shorty Kraken, and while it's fun, it definitely isn't my cup of tea. I don't think, like I said, Paul's new one is that drastic. So I like that one. I like machine wise Bally's, but I don't know if their handles are necessarily longer so much as thinner. Um, but let's see. I think my no, that's not. I mean, my Stitch V1 is a little bit longer than say the Kraken, but not drastically so. Um, I'm probably going to say that I would like longer handles more so than shorter, but I I I don't know. I'd need to have a lineup of okay, this is what's considered long, this is what's considered short, and some time to mess around and figure out where my preferences are. I had never, other than like I said with the shorty Kraken, I have never flipped something and thought to myself, yeah, that's you know noticeably too short for me. I don't really like the length of the Ballys tends to just kind of get lost in the background for me. The length of the Bally rarely catches my attention. It's kind of like sometimes when I'm flipping a new Bally, one of the things that I talk about as far as like weight is I don't want to flip something and have the thought pop into my head that, wow, this feels really light, or wow, this feels really heavy. I don't want to have to think about the weight of a Bally at all. I want it to just feel normal. And lengthwise, very much the same. If I was flipping something and the thought of, wow, this feels really short pops into my head, I'm not going to be a big fan of that. Just like if I think to myself, wow, this feels really long, it's going to be a distraction for me. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't know, Bally Sword. Yeah, that would be one that I would consider to be too long for me. I got to hold one. I opted not to try to flip one though. Man, all right, I'm not feeling the stitch today. And I know I'm not going to be feeling the Astra just simply because I'm already having enough problems with my fingers that the heavy dynamic of this is probably going to be off-putting, but we'll see. Wants to twist. I am back after a quick David Flips stream. Welcome back, LeBreton. Got my fingertip, or got the tip of the blade on my thumb. Right. So my only, and it's not a gripe in any way, shape, or form, the only drawback to this particular finish on the answer is it's when my hands are, when it's humid, like, I don't know, it's like 48% humidity in my office right now. But when my hands are feeling damp and clammy, it's sticky. And that kind of gets in the way of things. Okay, what am I trying to do? All right, that twisted. What is going on? All right. Are you still live? Please be live for like at least 10 more minutes. I'll come back. No problem. I am going to put up the be right back sign. I'm going to drop my desk down and bring my chair around, get a little bit more uncomfortable, or get a little bit more comfortable. But we're not going to end yet. We're going to keep on going. So I'll be right back. What's going on, Pico? Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. And I'm back. All right. Also, nope. Also made a new tag. There's a bunch of lore behind the tag. I'll explain later when I'm done showering. Okay. Spark says, I was going to let the first prod answer. Wait, I was going to get a first prod answer until I found out that mass production ones will be much less expensive and have better grip because they won't be polished. The only benefit that I know of with the ones that the first prod ones, and I didn't even find this out until Will had posted his video about it after Blade Show, is the fact that apparently it's a higher quality titanium, which I did not know. What just happened? Just 1 second. Oh, I see what just happened. Okay. Nothing happened. But yeah, if they had had a pink answer that was not polished, I probably would have gotten that one instead, because the polish messes with me. But other than that, everything about it I love. I'll get a little more uncomfortable. Yeah, that's like, for some reason, the last 2 or 3 times I have put up my be right back sign and went through the whole I'm going to get my my chair and drop the desk down. The last like 2 or 3 times I have said more uncomfortable, which doesn't make any sense. I don't know why I keep saying it. Nope. Buns. Pico says, even if I miss your streams, I watch them late or I watch them after. Thank you, Pico. I really, I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. LeBreton says, I'm going to go watch Naruto. Everyone have an amazing rest of your day. You too, LeBreton. Have a great 4th of July. Hopefully you enjoy what's left of the weekend. What's your favorite Bali? That is a complicated question at the moment. So my favorite Bali that I own, just from an ownership perspective, is the answer. I mean, I had dreamed of having this Bali since it was first announced, since the first pre-production photos of it came out. Definitely on my dream list. So having this is, it's one of my prized possessions from a Bali perspective. The Bali that I flip the most is my community Kraken. Anytime I'm learning a new trick, anytime I'm learning a new trick, I work out the details on the Teflon vault, and as soon as I can get it on the Teflon vault, I transition over to the community Kraken, and yeah. So this is the one that I flip the most, and historically, the one that I have been able to flip the most consistent has been the Orion S. This one has a very special place in my heart just because I had, this had been my favorite Bali for the longest time. I don't know that this is my most consistent anymore, but I also don't know that it's not, because anything that I want to do on this, if I can do it on anything, I can do it on this. And I can oftentimes do it better on this than I can on anything else. So I don't know. I'm hard pressed not to say that the Orion S is my favorite. It's between the Orion S and the Community Kraken from a flipping perspective. From an ownership perspective, it is definitely the answer. Of the Bally's that I don't have but have flipped, without question, my favorite Bally is the Zyzix. That Bally, just everything about it is perfect for me. I love the weight of it. I love the balance of it. I love the way that it feels. I love the grip of the handles. The texture that's on the handles. Everything. I love the way that it sounds. Everything about the Zyzix. It ticks all of those boxes for me. So I think that covers all aspects of that question. What's going on, Burgundy? How are we doing today? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. Welcome to 4th of July. Even though you're in Canada, but it's still 4th of July. It's just not Independence Day. Belly Socks wants to give me a ballad song for my birthday, but I don't know what it is. That's cool. Oh, Bali stocks. I wonder if that's different from the person that I had been mentioning earlier. Um, that's cool though. Oh yeah, happy 4th of July. Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, so like I said, I don't know who all was in when I had said it, but one of the things that I had uh same dude, okay, got it. One of the things that I was talking about was I'm coming up on my my 1 year anniversary in the hobby, and in knowing that, in preparation for that, I went back and watched some of my older streams because I know I'm going to do like a 1 year in the hobby video. And I'm going to grab stuff out of some of those, like some clips out of those older streams, older videos. Um, so I was watching some of the older ones, and I had totally forgotten the fact that, you know, when I had first started streaming, I was regularly, you know, hitting 3 hour streams. And sometimes I was doing more than one 3 hour stream in a week. Um, whereas like recently, over the course of the last few months, my streams have very much been between 30 minutes to an hour, maybe an hour and a half on the longer ones, but I haven't gotten anywhere near like the 3 hour mark in months and months and months. I did not remember that I used to stream for a lot longer than that. My longest stream, I think, was about 4.5 hours. Um, Official Peanut says, yo, yo, what's going on, sir? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. Happy 4th of July. Anyone have tips on the infinite ladder? Not me. I do not. I'm not there yet. I can do the motion. I can't get it smooth. I really want a Mutalisk, but it's way too overpriced. Yeah, so interestingly, the Mutalisk was one that, you know, once we had the 3 photos that they had officially released, and then people stitched those photos together, so we had a solid, you know, image of what the Mutalisk looked like. Um, it didn't pique my interests. I didn't really care. But then at Blade Show, a couple people had picked them up, and I got to flip it, and it is a really fun balisong to flip, and it fans so incredibly well. Um, but yeah, for an aluminum balisong, totally understand where you're coming from with regards to it being overpriced, coupled with the fact that, um, you know, for you to add weights in the end of it, you have to buy those separately. Um, if you are one who would want the latch, you have to buy that separately. Um, I'm not a huge fan of the, hey, to make it as functional as it could be by default, you have to pay this extra stuff. Not a huge fan of that. Unc, did you get anything from Blade Show? Yes. My 2 takeaways at Blade Show was I did a handle swap with Dasuko. This needs to be tightened. So my cheese got a yellow handle from Dasuko, and the blue handle was my OG. So no purchase there, but you know, something to come home with. And I got the answer, the LDY Will Hirsch collaboration, the answer, which is my, you know, pride and joy from my collection at the moment. Really, really love this Bali. Everything about it, though, as I said earlier in the stream, the polish on it does make it difficult to flip sometimes when it's humid. So that's, you know, something that I have to work through. But other than that, I absolutely love everything about this Bali. The weight is good, the balance is good. Really, really enjoy it. So that's what I got from Blade Show this year. Let's see. I'll try the Squiddy U, but I'm not going to do this for very long. Yeah, I'm already done with it. Not a huge Squiddy U fan. Oh, I forgot. I have some Baileys that are not in this stand that I can play around with. And Silas says, I'm back. Welcome back, Silas. And Peanut says, nice. Squiddy U makes Unc sad. It doesn't make Unc sad. I don't enjoy flipping it. This is like, of all of my ballets, this is like the least flipped ballet because I don't enjoy it. I did try drilling the infinite ladders on it to see if that would help, and it didn't. Despite the fact that it's, you know, significantly lighter. Yeah, it doesn't make me sad. I just don't like flipping it. Try the refault to infinity ladder. Okay. So here's the lore drop. My tag changed to still Z flips because my old girlfriend, not my actual girlfriend, she was just a girl and a friend, used to call me Sills, and I would call her Carls because that was short for our names. Very cool. Refault, infinite ladder. Yeah, I'm not feeling the smooth with the infinite ladders on the refaults any more than I'm feeling it on anything else, or not feeling it on anything else for that matter. Oh yeah, okay. Mm. Yeah, I like this weight configuration on the rep, but I'm struggling with it right now. Sometimes you can really tell just how light the handles are in comparison to the blade, and sometimes it doesn't seem so pronounced. Right now it feels very, very pronounced. Got to head out to walk my dog. Good seeing you, Bali Unc. Happy 4th of July. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of the weekend. Thanks for stopping in. Mhm. Oh. Oh. All right. Kickflip says, Happy 4th, Unc. Thank you very much. Happy 4th of July to you as well. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the weekend. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully you had a good week last week and are teed up for a nice and festive 4th of July weekend. I will be so happy once I smooth out that shortstop and it doesn't feel so choppy without that pause in the middle. Matthew says, it took me a way long time for a shortstop. Oh, it took me way too long for a shortstop. Gotcha. Yeah, it's definitely, I mean, for me at least, it's definitely not the easiest thing. Sorry I had to go again. No worries, Silas or Sills. Mm. Oh, I have not, I don't think, flipped to the Orion 1.5 yet today. I gotta go now, unfortunately, but have a great day and weekend. Love y'all. Thanks, Sills. Have yourself a great rest of the weekend. Yeah. Kickflip says, I stopped doing short stops when I was a beginner because I hated how hard they were. But once I started to get better, I started to do them again and it feels more natural. I don't know why. LOL. Yeah. I had noticed, like when I had first started learning the Z choker, I was also trying to learn the choker fan at the same time. Oh, I did that backwards, and could not figure it out. Man, on the Orion S, I'm not getting. There we go. So I stopped trying to do the choker fan. And just focused on the Z choker and got that down and then completely forgot about it until, I don't know, maybe a month or two ago. And then I had the choker fan down in like a week once I started. Well, I had a choker fan that I could do within, my first session of trying to figure it out. But I had it pretty consistent with all of my ballets by the end of that first week. But yeah, so that was definitely one of those where it's like, I don't know that I was ready for that. And then once I had learned a couple more things and then went back to it, it was much easier. And I'm figuring the same is going to apply to the ladder, which I'm not good at. I can't keep it going. I always have that pause when it gets to the bottom of the rotation. I'm not trying to stop it there. It just is. And one of these days, I'm sure it's just going to click. So I'm not worried about the stuff that isn't working too well yet because I'm just going to keep flipping and eventually things will work out. And like I've said before, I have been going back and looking at my older stuff. I haven't looked at my older videos, just my streams. But I know, like, if I were to go back and look at my older videos, I can find the video where I'm on camera trying to learn how to chaplain, and I legitimately thought that the chaplain was like not really possible. I had always joked about it being an internet hoax because I just could not figure it out for the life of me. And, it's now something that I can, easily do without any issue, obviously. So, using that as an example where, something may seem impossible for me right now, but I know in another year or another couple months or a decade, we'll see, whatever it may be, so long as I keep trying to learn new stuff, I'll get there. I am in no way, shape, or form am I rushing my progress. I'm not in a hurry to get good. I'm fine learning slowly. That is so sticky right now. Mm. Let's see. What to flip? I think at this point I have gone through everything. So what do I just want to flip? All right, I'm heading out. All right, bye, Matthew. Have a great 4th of July. Have a great rest of the weekend. Thanks for stopping in. Flip the cheese? Okay, I got you. It was nice seeing you, and again, thanks for saying happy birthday. Absolutely. Hopefully you ended up having a good birthday. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to flip the cheese, Peanut, just simply because the humidity is rising in my office and the Teflon coating is not playing well right now. But we'll try. Mm. What animal do you have in the cage I see back there? That is a boa constrictor. And then 3 says snake. The cheese flips so well, but I hate the Teflon coating. I don't mind the Teflon coating, but again, it's conditional. Oh yeah, and she's tucked away right now, so you can't see her. But she is a albino hypomelanistic boa. So it's basically like 2 different forms of albino. So instead of being a typical like jungle pattern, she is very yellow and orange. All right, I'm gonna go. Have a good day or a great day, Unc. Thanks, Kip, for stopping in. Hopefully you have a good, safe, festive 4th of July and enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thanks for stopping in. I flip outside a lot, so it's almost always uncomfortable. Yeah, that makes sense. Because when it's humid, this is definitely, the Teflon coating is rough. Yo, low-key fell asleep, I think is what you're saying. Have a great day, man. Have a great day, man. Okay, so I don't know if that means you're leaving or you're saying goodbye to somebody else, but if you are leaving, thanks for stopping in. Have a great rest of your weekend. Let's see. Minor spelling mistake. Okay, yep. So that was the cheese. I don't seem to be having a sticky issue with the crescent. So we'll flip that for a little bit. Let's try that again. Have you started on my combo yet? No, I haven't. Your combo is too fast. I can't figure out what it is that you're doing. If you slow it down and send it to me a little slower, then I will try working on your combo. But no, it's too fast. I can't make it out. I've tried, but even when I like try to go frame by frame to watch it, to slow it down myself, too many frames are missing from this spot to this spot, and I don't know how you got there. So nope, I have not been able to figure out your combo. Mm. Be tightened. Guess not. Mm. Too sticky. All right. Well, I think I may end up wrapping things up at this point, just to cool my office down a little bit. See if I can get some of the humidity out of here, because right now flipping in here is pretty rough. So I think I'm probably going to shut down the stream, wrap things up, say goodbye to everybody. However, with it being a holiday weekend, there is a good chance that this is not going to be my only stream this weekend. There's honestly a good chance this is not going to be my only stream today. So keep an eye out, keep an ear out. You know, I might go live again today or this weekend. In the meantime, though, for everyone who was lurking, I appreciate you. Thank you for lurking. Everyone who's in the chat, thank you for the engagement. Really appreciate that as well. But for now, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for saying hi. We'll see you guys in the next one. Love you.